a cop, right, engages truly in criminal conduct, department says, no, we're gonna protect him. There's a settlement. Money gets allocated to the family. There's more in the background than you would imagine. Let's put up the picture of Terrence Bridges Jr. Okay? Black male killed by a Kansas City police officer. They have now reached a $5 million settlement. This is one of the largest sums paid out by the department to date. Bridges, then 30, was shot and killed on May 26, 2019 by an officer named Dylan Pifer. I'm gonna go into some details about why this is more egregious than initially believed. There's an interesting settlement detail here. The money for the settlement will come from the KCPD's budget, which rings in almost $269 million, okay? According to the agency, it allocates $191 million to 71% of that budget to a general fund for legal settlements and other expenses, full stop. They literally got an overload of money to do one thing, to pay people off for corrupt ass cops. That's it. It's called a slush fund. And this slush fund has been utilized at the discretion of the leadership of that department. I'm gonna get to them in a minute. In order to settle these cases so that real accountability is never affixed to those who commit the criminal act. Now, you know what this is. This is defunding the police. This is actually defunding the police. This is not somebody with a bullhorn saying we should defund the police. This is not someone holding a press rally saying it's a good idea to reprioritize the policing budget. This is somebody actually doing it. They are taking taxpayer dollars away from the policing budget because bad cops cost money. There's more. Incident details go as follows. Officers responded to a 911 call. 911 call comes in that an alleged domestic violence altercation transpired between a couple. Dispatch shared with the officers that a firearm was involved. And once arriving at the scene, the officers thought Bridges was the suspect. Why? We'll get into that in a moment. Officer Pifer tried to arrest him, but Bridges ran from him. The officer chased him, and once close to him, he shot him in the chest. In the audio that was released, the audio released by the police department, the fatal single gunshot can be heard afterward. Pifer yells at Bridges, "Why'd you attack me, dude?" A dying Bridges responded saying, "I didn't attack you." Now let me explain what's happening in this moment, because we've had police officers tell us exactly what this is about. Police officers have said, we will shout things knowing they are contrary to the truth of what's happening in order to provide a credible defense, because we can basically get away with anything if we can convince someone that we thought something else was going on. So they will scream things like, "Stop resisting," and there's nobody resisting. Or as this officer said, "Why did you attack me?" But the dying declaration, which is permissible in the court of law, the dying declaration stands. The man said, "I did not attack you." The cop shot Bridges because he thought, according to him, he had a weapon in his sweatshirt and was pulling it out to use it on him because it was alleged he had probable cause to believe he was in danger. The cop was never charged with the man's death. He was never charged with lying on his police report. He was never charged with anything. As we have no confirmed photo of Officer Pifer, none yet. I'm searching, believe me, the team is on it. On the left is the police chief who was in charge at the time, Chief Rick Smith. whose nearly 5-year tenure was marked by a critical response to the Black Lives Matter protest and the conviction of an officer for killing a black man, retired April of this year. Interim police chief Joseph Mabin is on the right, was sworn in immediately after the retirement of Smith. The case was brought to the Jackson County Prosecutor's Office. This case was brought to be what? Investigated. And the grand jury ruled the incident did not require charges to be filed, despite the investigation proving no commands were given to the young man during the foot chase, and that he did not have a gun at any time during the incident. Now remember, grand jury proceedings are top secret. We will not know exactly how this evidence was presented or not presented. We do not have that information, and the grand jury itself is restricted by law from sharing it. Let's put up the family's attorney. This is Tom Porto. The family's attorney would file the civil lawsuit when criminal charges never materialized for Officer Pifer. Despite the settlement, Pifer still remains on the police force. He has found himself connected to another altercation between a civilian and law enforcement. In 2020, a year after the death of Bridges, this same cop was on patrol with a man named Sergeant Matthew T. Neal when they stopped a teenage child from driving in a car, or stopped them while driving in a car. Neal assaulted a 15-year-old, slamming him face first to the pavement. You know what happens when you are 15 and you get slammed face first into the pavement? This is what happens to you. Look at that. The teen suffered multiple chipped front teeth, needed 8 stitches to close a gash on his forehead. For his use of excessive force, Neal pleaded guilty to 3rd-degree assault in a criminal case last week and was placed on 4 years probation. Once again, Pifer not charged with a damn thing. The teen's family has not filed a lawsuit, but Kansas City Police Commission agreed in January 2021 to pay $725,000 to settle an excessive force lawsuit in the case. Don't take the money. Number one is too low, but number two, only take it, and this is just my recommendation. Only take it if they put that lying ass cop under deposition. Get him under sworn testimony. Because I promise you, the crimes that we are aware of that have been covered up by this department go deeper than what we know. Somebody needs to get him under oath, please. To the attorney, work on having that as part of the equation of the settlement. All right, David, thoughts here.
I'm just astounded that Piper is still on the force, because clearly he is a liability. He is a cost to his department. And the other thing that just jumps out to me, 70% of their budget, 71% is set aside for settlements, for legal expenses, because they know that they're gonna get sued for unlawful acts and for terrible actions like this. That is insane. That is, what are we doing as a society when cops are creating so much revenue coming in just to protect their terrible behavior? That's outrageous. And the citizens of Kansas City and the surrounding areas, they deserve so much better than this, so much better.
Very well said.